Yo, yo. What up? What up, my fly family? What up, Zachariah? Black Point Dexter. What's happening, man? Y'all still in your costume? Anybody still in their costume? What's the word, good people? Y'all know what to do on the way in, man. What's the word? Throw them L's up, Jason Ewing. Andre T. What's happening? C Dub. What do it do? What's crack-a-lacking, y'all? On this Halloween. Lamerick, what up, man? D357CK. Let's get to it, man. Let's talk about it. That's what we're going to do tonight. This year, Halloween fell on the weekend. What's the next line? Who know the next line? You ain't no hip-hop head if you don't know the next line, man. To a sister. You know, to a sister, I don't you pay me no mind. I got something for you, though. I've been telling you that now for about 3 weeks, but don't worry. Oh, man. Keyshawn, that's what that say. You know, I was going to try to sound that out, but I figured I caught it. Like Keyshawn, that's pretty dope. I like the way that's spelled. 48 Wink, what's up, man? Ace from BK, what it do? What's happening, man? D-Mo. Did nobody fill in the line? Jay Smith, what up? There we go. R. Scott got it. R. Scott, my man. This year, Halloween fell on the weekend. And me and Ghetto Boys. Oh, that's Zach got that. I thought R. Scott got it. Oh, well, both of them got it. Yeah, you had to be a Ghetto Boys fan. No, I was a big Ghetto Boys fan. Actually, I was more of a Scarface fan than Ghetto Boys, but that's a whole nother conversation. What's the word, though, man? AK Lover, what up? I got a scorpion. I'm lay away. Why you didn't get a stride bug, AK Lover? I'm disappointed in you. You don't got to go down to scorpion, man. You know. Now, if you'd have said I got the B&T, the Banshee or something, you know, something that really sits up there like that, that's just me talking, man. You know I don't know nothing. I'm a regular gun guy. I ain't forgot about you too, sister. I definitely ain't forgot about you. Oh, I got it right. Thank you, man. Yeah, because it looked tough, though. When you read it, it looked like something totally different. Welcome to the chat, though, Keyshawn. Appreciate you. Lawrence Clark, did you check out the Sky torture test? You sent to my email? No, but y'all told me to do my own torture test, so that's what I'm going to do. That's right, DeAndre. You got it, man. All right, I see it's a few. I see I ain't the only one know the Ghetto Boys, something, right? Whoa. $2 coming here cussing. Yeah, I ain't $2. What you saw? A bad costume or something? Sonny J, what up, nephew? Hey, Sonny J, don't say that. My cousin here, y'all don't see him. Sonny J just said, "Hey, is the sub 2040 cal goodbye?" I almost bought one the other day, bro. Yeah, I swear I almost got it, Sonny J. That's crazy you say that. Yeah, I think it's a good gun, man. Don't listen to Zach though. If you listen to Zach, he gonna tell you it ain't. But definitely, man. Definitely. Thank you, CW. Y'all hit that like button, man. Gun loving grandpa, what's up, buddy? How you been, man? DJ Saucy, what's happening? Bravo. What it do? What's good, man? Appreciate all y'all checking in, man. Y'all know I do. You know I appreciate it. We're going to get to 50 people. We'll talk about it. We talk, you know, if y'all got little ones, or like me, I got little grandbabies, man. So, you know, I had to do a little bit of the go get the candy stuff today. I had to. I mean, I can't let them down. So it had me debating. Yo, Ref, what up? Sonny J, hey, put me in the game, coach. I don't know much about Twitch. You gonna put me on? Put your boy on, man. Locked in defense, what up? Put your boy on, man. D Glizzy. What's happening? Sean Norgriff. What it do? What it do? What it do? Good to see you, man. Ain't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you. I like when you brothers check back in with me. Like Sonny J, I ain't seen nephew in a while. He be tripping nowadays. I don't know what's up with him, but I ain't gonna get on him on here. We're gonna just let things stroll along. Tyler, what up, Tyler? What's going on with you? Nola Saint, what it do, man? What it do? We creeping up on that 50 fast, man. I hope y'all are having a good weekend. Hope you guys got a chance to get out and shoot. I didn't. I did not get that opportunity this weekend, but I will make up for it next weekend. I'm gonna try, God willing. You been stacking that bag. Send your boy something. Send me a little something. Man. I ain't got no money, Sonny J. I got $7.34 in my name, man. What I'm gonna do with that? Nothing. Nothing. Crazy work, huh? I hear you, man. I hear you, man. As long as y'all taking care of business, man. You stacking your bread, you working hard, doing whatever. I know everybody ain't got time to be on YouTube all the time. I get it. Yo, Marlon, what up, man? I get it, I get it, I get it. I ain't mad at you. Them groceries, what up? What up, man? I'm seeing all the old fellas in here, all the old school guys. CKJ. Jerry Woo, what it do? That was a decent lyric. I could have came better, but that was all I had for you, man. Starting a smoothie company, almost ready. Put me in the game, man. Look, when you get it on, we're gonna talk about it. You come on here, let's talk about it, man. That sounds dope, man. A smoothie company. That sounds super dope. All right, we at the 50 piece, man. So look, tonight I want to chop it up. I want to hear about your weekends and the whole nine, but I also want to chop it up about carry insurance because we know how important that is. We talked about it before. The reason I didn't go right back to it because I was waiting to have a rep from USCCA to come on the live with me. So, and I've been waiting, and they didn't get back to me, man, chumps. So I was waiting on that, but I really want to talk about that. I had to bless my new FN 509 tactical, about 250 rounds through it. Oh, with that Apex, yeah, man. It changes the gun around, man. It changes the gun around when you put that Apex in it. Definitely. So, but we talk about this. I still ain't got what? What I still ain't got, man. Locked in. What I still ain't got. I just joined USCCA a few days ago. So anybody in here that's with the USCCA and been with it for a while. I know my buddy hit me the other day and told me that they changed up some of their stuff, like they added some stuff or did whatever. I haven't really done the research myself. Hey Siege, what's up? QB, what it do, nephew? But I definitely want to look into that further because I don't have carry insurance right now and I got to get it. So my goal is to get it by tomorrow. Carbon Q, how are you, young lady? Thank you for checking in, Carbon Q. Y'all say what's up to Carbon Q, man. She works so daggone hard with this stuff that I be trying to make her just take some time away and leave it alone, but she don't listen. She hard-headed. I carry U.S. Law Shield. Okay, Defense Dad. Is there something you could tell me about U.S. Law Shield? Myself and those that don't have insurance right now that may just get to give us more information on one or the other, or one versus the other. Ryan Brown, what up, Cuzzo? What it do? Cuzzo actually in the studio with me. It's weird, but he over there somewhere. Um, I've heard about the law shield as well. And if I mean, I love for you guys to put in the chat, but it would be better if you were just to come in here and talk and let's talk about it, because I know how important having carrier insurance is. My area and lawyers, we have access to their coverages better. Okay. I've been a USCCA member for several years now. No complaints and very affordable. I just hope I don't. Okay, I hear you. So like car insurance, right? But I know how important it is, and I know it's just me procrastinating or not even understanding why. I haven't done that yet. I'm new to that part of it, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I just actually got my conceal like a year ago. So, Big Fish, what up, bro? 5 things you should consider: red flag, defense amount, bail, replacement income, replacement of firearms, and civil liability. Okay, that's deep. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna post a link. And I'd love to have this conversation tonight. Also, who's it? Real Deal. Tim Mill had a great topic idea, which I wanted to touch on tonight too, about your carry gun. And there go Hookah. Well, I'll be damned. I thought Hookah was. I thought you took off tonight, man. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Not much. So tonight I'm talking about carry insurance, and I was just about to talk about a backup carry gun. How many of you guys carry more than one weapon? Or do you have a backup or a backup system? Right? I need to pick up Law Shield to go with USCCA. Been advised by several people.
Zach, what up?
That's interesting. Must have you carry. And don't that lawyer fee. Yeah, I hear you, man. So, Black Point Dexter, that's a good point you just made. Now, why do we need both?
Two-way sister.
John Moss, what up, man? Kingdom Defense and Justice. My wife and I were with USCCA for years, and then we switched to firearms legal protection. I will be
John Moss, what up?
Soon. I mean, if anybody got any information on that want to talk about the carry insurance or different companies as aside from USCCA, I'd like to hear about them and why you guys went the other way. My backup stick is my stick in the whip in the club park. Shut up, Sonny J. Frank C. BMB Jones.
Uploaded. Cool. That's what's up, man.
Hey, BMB Jones. What BMB stand for?
Defense Dad. What up?
I have a backup to the backup. Sometimes I carry a pocket rocket along with my Glock. Oh, that's what I meant to tell Cuzzo. I was about to tell him in the chat. Forgot he was sitting here. I found that little
Mo Thomas, what up?
5-shot. That ball like this big, bro. Yeah. He got it up at the spot.
You gotta go get that, man.
Uploading 2021 gun collection. Can't hop in, but I have $1 million in legal fee coverage, and my kids covered too, in case she have to fire a shot, even though she's young. Okay. I read slow as hell. Norwood, what up? Big Fish, what up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Hey, Harvey, what it do? Cover yourself and stay out of state. My back.
And now candy.
Big Joe, I read something about USCCA charging you the price if you plead out. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with this, but Big Fish, what carry insurance you got, bro?
I don't got that shit. I could pay for my lawyer.
Big money.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I don't fuck with insurance like that.
I got rich homies, man.
Yeah, he got the big money.
I told y'all I got rich homies, man. My carry gun is actually the
I need to get it though.
to these hands.
I just been slacking. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah, that's kind of my place, bro. Like that's where I'm at. I got a question. When you carry, do you keep one in the chamber, and is it safe to do so?
Yo, I did just buy 2
I do,
suppressors
Sonny J.
yesterday though.
You did?
Yeah, bro. I'm
Do
telling
have-
you, if you live in a state where it's legal, it's easier than you guys think it is, bro. If they got the little Silencer Co. kiosk thing in the store, you do all your fingerprints, your passport photo right there. It took me like 15 minutes. No
Really?
cap. For real.
How long you got to wait now?
10 months.
DMR.
That's the only thing when you get those suppressors. You got to wait. That waiting period a month.
I mean, but you got to do it. The sooner you do it, the better. You know what I mean? Like, you keep waiting, it's going to be longer.
Yeah,
Man.
NFA is special. Some people take 10 months. Other people, I've talked to people who got it in 45 days.
Really?
Oh, let me give this candy up.
It all depends. Like if you do paper, if you do it online, like on the ATF site, and you submit all your paper. If you have a trust, you can do it that way. Usually, you do everything online electronically. Yeah, it takes a lot quicker.
You have to do it live about suppressors and NFA items.
Yep, that'll work. I got an NFA item right above me.
Okay. Sonny J.
Do it for the kids.
In the chamber. I do now, man. For a while, I didn't though, Sonny J. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't carry one in the chamber for a while. I mean, early on, I didn't, but after a while,
condition 0, I think that is condition 1, something like that, where it's 1 in a pipe.
That's why those 1911s are cool though. You can dehammer it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Double action, single action.
Anybody carry a 1911?
No, I carry revolvers mostly.
Your FNX does that, right? RGG?
Yeah.
Your 45?
Yep. I love that gun. Damn, I was gonna pick it up. Like I forgot I was on live. It's sitting right here too. But so back potatoes. So the 2 things tonight. I want to talk about the carry insurance, and then we'll dig more into guys having backup carry weapons. The carry insurance is something I plan to do this week, but I really got to make a decision. I want to make an educated decision on which one to go with.
Whatever fits your
USPCA, I hear the most.
Yeah, I use US. I got Law Shield. That's what I have.
So those are the 2. Devil Roll, what up? Those are the 223 DMR. What it do, man? I hope I ain't missed nobody. But
it's Law Shield and what was the other one? USCCA?
USCCA and Law Shield, I hear the most. Them the 2 I hear the absolute most. But then I don't know what other ones are really out there. Allied Arms 2A. CCW Safe.
Not a FUD.
I never heard of them. Who said FUD?
223 called me a FUD.
That's Tech 9, bro. You better watch yourself.
Carry Glock 45 and a 365 XL daily. Marlon says. Big Fish, you got a backup carry?
Nah, bro. I carry a Benchmade auto knife. That's my backup.
All right. How about you, Hookah? You carry too?
I used to when I used to carry my Glock, and I got an ankle bracelet. My Micro 9.
Okay.
Now I just carry one, but I'm looking for a smaller revolver. I might go back to carrying 2 again.
Siege, you seem to be pretty knowledgeable with the insurance stuff. Are you willing to talk to me about it a little bit? It's easier to hear somebody talking than it is to read it in the chat.
Right.
And NYS, no insurance for us at all. Law Shield doesn't cover a few things in my state.
Yeah, I got Law Shield because I got friends in this state I live in that has Law Shield, and one guy actually had to use it, so that's when I jumped on.
Okay.
So work, yeah, it varies. You got to do homework on it, but it worked. It worked for my case because I have actual. I went with them because I have actual people here that I talked to, and like I said, actual person who actually had to use that insurance because of a situation he was in.
Okay, Chris with the Vectors, what up?
What's up, Chris?
I didn't kick you, Big Fish. You kicked you. I thought you just got tied and left. Siege said for you for sure.
Yeah, there's big facts in that. What John Moss is, it's you gotta look at your state and best bet if you can, yeah, do homework on your state, and if you can come across people like if that live in your state, particularly your location, if you get lucky, come across people, see what they have. Um, that's kind of
So certain insurances cover certain things or may not cover certain things in certain states.
That's why some people get multiple multiple coverages.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Siege.
Hey, hi guys. Hey,
What's going
Hookah.
on? Hey,
How you doing?
Darling?
doing all right?
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good. $2. What up? What's
All right,
going on? So
I've got a list.
Okay. Let's talk because I need.
Well, like I'm gonna show you all my I don't know if you can see my research, but
dang.
Like this is how I started.
Okay.
When I was trying to find which was the best policy, and USCCA, I'm not saying it's not a great policy, but it's not the pure definition of insurance coverage.
Okay.
Like there's a difference between what USCCA focuses on. First of all, they're an ad machine. They have more ads about their policies than almost anybody else, which is why so many people gravitate toward them. But be careful. Don't let the ad suck you into purchasing a policy that's not going to suit you best.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with how much of your personal savings you can liquidate with a phone call. So how much do you have? I'm not asking you to answer the question, but I'm saying just generally when you think about it, think about first, how much do you have liquid asset that you can get your hands on immediately? So like, could you get your hands on $5,000 tomorrow afternoon if you needed to? Some people it's yes, some people it's no. It just depends on who you are and what your financial situation is. But there's a couple things that I looked at that were like primary to me, the most important. And this is like all policies are great until you have to use it.
Agreed.
And then you might have a problem because I found a couple things. So if I look away, just forgive me. I'm looking at my notebook.
That's fine.
So
Always loopholes.
The big things for me were, of course, the criminal case. That could be, anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000 or more, depending on the charge and depending on if you actually have to go to trial.
Right.
Then there's the civil case, which is if you injure or kill somebody and that family or that if that person survives, anybody can sue you. So a civil suit does not mean that they're going to get paid. Anybody can file a civil suit for just about any reason. Then the burden of proof comes in. So that's down the line.
What up? Black Guns and Gardens.
You can have a civil suit filed against you for almost anything by almost anybody. So you have to be prepared for that because that's where they get you. Even if you get off with a criminal, even if there are no criminal charges, there could still be a civil suit filed against you. In fact, any attorney that reads about a shooting or hears about it, they're going to contact that family and say, file a wrongful death suit or file a civil suit for loss of income or loss of consortium or loss of wages or loss of companionship. So all those things are going to happen anyway. So criminal, civil, experts, you need to hire an expert. Experts are anywhere from in a trial, maybe $2,000 to $5,000, depending on who they are. It could be an expert about the actual firearm. It could be an accident reconstructionist. So that's another area, experts. Lost wages during the trial. If you're not working because if you're at trial, you're not going to work, you're probably going to lose your job. As a matter of fact, if you get a criminal charge, you may get fired immediately. That could be one of the clauses in your contract, depends on who you work for. So criminal charges could lead to losing your job. But if you have a policy that covers lost wages, it's usually a per day, a per diem amount. It's anywhere from, I found anywhere from $250 to $750 a day. So that also depends on if you have a good savings or you have a significant other, someone that can foot the household living expenses while you're at trial, then you may not need that.
Okay.
But if you don't, you are going to need some income replacement, which is what that is.
All right.
The other thing you're going to need is counseling for yourself. I don't care who, with the exception of, and maybe it's not the exception of military people, but I know military people personally that have done like 4 or 5 tours, and their PTSD is pretty significant. So if you are just a regular person, like most legal gun owners, and you've never had to kill anybody before, if you shoot to kill, you're going to have some psychological problems afterwards. You're going to have some things to deal with. Mm-hmm. Counseling is part of some policies, not every policy. To me, that was important. Firearm seizure, whether it's under red flag law or if it's part of a criminal charge, when they take your firearm, if you've got a, I don't care if it's a $300 firearm or a $2,800 firearm, that firearm is going to be seized until the legal proceedings are over, and then it may be returned to you, but not always.
Yep.
So if you have the right insurance, your defense counsel, your attorney will fight to get your firearm back for you. There's also firearm replacement money, to where you show the proof that you purchased it, and that policy will reimburse you because the firearm may get destroyed. It just depends on what state you're in, where it happens, the jurisdiction, all that matters. I said lost wages. This is the only thing. I said bail. There is actually a crime scene fee. Somebody has to clean the brains and guts up that you just left on the sidewalk.
Hey, brains and guts, Siege.
Oh, I'm not squeamish, so.
Oh.
Sorry, but if you, like, I looked, because at first I thought, well, why would you need like $3,000 for crime scene cleanup? But if you ever, so I looked at some pictures to see what it looked like in not TV land, but in real life.
Oh, it's nasty.
And, it's messy, right?
Very nasty.
There's stuff everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a fee. You're responsible for it. Like it's your firearm. You caused that to happen. The city will clean it up, but they're going to send you a bill.
Yep.
That bill could be $3,500.
Sure can.
So those are all the things I looked at. Those are some of the main things I looked at. Those red flag laws are pretty, I don't want to say scary, because I hate to be like, I'm not a panic bunny.
Oh, no, they're crappy. You say crappy.
Yeah,
really crappy, because
they are.
They don't just violate your Second Amendment, they violate your Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment.
Yeah, they hit you everywhere. Like somebody could call and say you are a threat to yourself, or more importantly, this is how it usually happens. I'm going to try to say it nice.
Siege.
Okay.
It's about to get good. Can everybody hit the like button for me, please? Y'all take 1 second. I'll hit the like button. Siege she might curse right here.
No, I'm gonna try not to.
Everybody,
I'm gonna try not to be gender biased when I say it.
Chris with the vectors, what up, man?
Frank C, I'm drinking wine.
Okay, y'all hit the like button. Whoever didn't hit it, I know sometimes y'all forgetful. Hit it for me, please. Okay, Siege, let's go.
All right, so this happens a lot when there is a domestic confrontation. That's a good word, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
I like that.
So one party, very non-biased, one party will not like the outcome of the verbal argument and call the police and say, this person has a firearm. They are out of control. See, I'm a female, so I'm speaking from my position.
Go ahead.
This is my significant other or my partner. They're out of control. I'm afraid. He has a firearm. He knows how to use it. He's at my front door, banging on the door. Cops are called. Even if the person is not there, they're going to contact that person. and they will seize your firearm.
Mm.
Now, you have to then go to a hearing in some places, not every place. First of all, no, I am not an attorney. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not giving legal opinions. This is just what I've learned on my own. So this is my own independent information gathering.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make that clear.
That's it.
So if somebody calls and makes that allegation against you, you could actually be charged and have your firearm seized.
Mm-hmm.
The normal process, who could correct me if I'm wrong, is that you go before a judge for a hearing, and the judge decides whether there was probable cause or not. The person that makes the call does not have to testify against you.
None of
You
us.
may not even know who it is. Am I right so far? That's
Yeah.
my understanding.
Man, what up? Damn.
The only thing I would say is that with the red flag laws, they're not just taking that one gun, they're taking everything you got.
Yes, they're cleaning you out. They're going to come to your house and go through your house and take every firearm you have,
Yep.
every weapon you have.
If somebody calls and makes this
Yep.
allegation.
Yes.
And it could be anybody. It could be any. You could be in a store talking to somebody, and a third person may hear you and know you, and say such and such is saying this. I think they're dangerous, and you can have someone knocking on your door at 12 o'clock in the morning talking about give it all up.
Yeah.
It's no due process.
Correct. That's what's so awful about
Yep.
red flag laws. However, on the other side of that coin, if you've ever been involved in a domestic situation, and I am going to say this with gender bias, if you are a woman and you've had a man threaten you and he is a firearm carrier and you know he knows how to use his firearm, that is more than frightening. You can really be afraid for your life. And to have a man wave a gun in front of your face and kind of threaten you to the point where you're going to do what I want you to do, or this firearm is something I have that I can use against you. That could save a woman's life.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's two sides to the coin. I don't like the other side, that they can just come in without due process, take your firearms, clean your house out, and then you have to prove yourself
Prove your innocence. Yep.
innocent. It's not innocent until proven guilty. You are already guilty because they've taken your firearms without your consent.
Yep.
Mm.
And a court process is the only way to get that expunged and to get your firearms back. And sometimes you don't get them back.
Not even back. Yep. So that is why great power, great responsibility.
Yes.
It is very, and see, if you already had kind of a level head before the firearms, you want to be even more level headed after, right? You know, because you could be wild as hell with a bat,
Yeah.
and probably go upside the head and you'll get jammed up. But if you have a gun, if you say anything wrong, it don't even have to be to the extreme of domestic issues or being real confrontation. It could be something that someone didn't like, because they don't have to prove that you did it. All they got to do is say it. With the red flag, all they got to do is say it. It could be completely false, but because there's no protection against you, you may have to.
Now that I think about it, I've actually experienced this, not personally, but my older son.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long. I don't want to get into a whole personal story.
No.
Basically, what happened was his girlfriend's mom's boyfriend or something, right? He's a cop.
Yep.
And he made a phone call and said that he didn't think my son was capable of responsibly having a firearm or something like that. I don't know if he talked to his people, whatever. Next thing you know, they revoked his FOIA card. Now, that
is a red flag law.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Think about it, yeah. But he got it back. He did get it back. He got his card back. Matter of fact, recently, a couple weeks ago. But it was gone for like 4 or 5 months.
It's sad too, man. And that's the good side of it, right? The end. It was a happy ending for him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The sad ending is when the red flag laws passed here in our state back in 2019. About a month later, somebody died because of a red flag seizure, because he was getting an argument with his family. One of his sisters called the police. They came to the house. He had the gun. They were trying to take it. He got into a scuffle, and he wound up getting shot and killed.
Mm.
Right? And it was a simple argument, right? He was drunk, whatever the case may be. There was some arguing. And this is where we have to, and then, and of course they're struck and beat up, and everybody always has that question of why you didn't have to kill them type deal. But let's be honest, right? We got to start policing ourselves. We have to. And each other. We have to start doing it. We got to be a little more level-headed because it's getting tighter out here with these policies. And people are really quick to sue. So you got to really change your game up out here when dealing with firearms, because I don't want to see anybody, to include myself, spend and we know how expensive this stuff can be. Firearms, accessories, getting insurance, getting training, all that stuff. You're talking anywhere between thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars that you will drop only for a quick phone call to the police to have everything taken away. And then you got to fight to get it back if you get it back. Right? So it's one of those things that we have to. Insurance is definitely important. If you got to get multiple policies, get them, because some things may cover certain things. And it depends on your state, as some people said, and as Steve is just dropping all kinds of knowledge on us right now.
Yeah, it's like, I know USCCA is big. US Law Shield was my personal choice because it has unlimited criminal and civil coverage. That's
Right.
what I'm worried about. Those are the two biggest hurdles for most people. And it covers the bail, and it covers I got a rider, an additional coverage for
Right.
unlimited experts, because experts can, quite frankly, save your ass.
True that. That's definitely true.
Like,
Hold on
that's
one
going to be the big part.
Sorry, Miss C. Let me hold. Laurel Quint, yeah, you 100%, but I would kind of caveat that if you are operating firearms, you shouldn't get too tore up. Because I'm sure everybody in this chat has drank at least one drink and got behind the wheel of a car. Right?
Ooh.
You're talking about
Everybody
100 grain.
driving.
No, you ain't got to sit yourself, because everybody understands that, right? You're talking about a 147 grain bullet versus a 2-ton car. Operating machine. So you operate. I would say operate. If you own it, hey, you can own the gun. Just, I don't talk about getting lushy. Don't be a lush. Don't get too beat up out here. Don't be an alcoholic or drunk. But there's nothing wrong with having a drink or having a couple of drinks, as long as you're not operating firearms. You're not going to the range after you done had a binge. You don't do that, or high or impaired in any way, shape, or fashion. You don't want to do that, but I would be a little tight on that, a little more detailed, and say not operate. You could own a gun and have a drink, just don't operate. But if you don't drink, don't drink.
Let's go to Big Fish. We said, what about gun trusts? If you have other people on it, they can't legally take them. He said that's what he was asking earlier.
What's that now?
If you have guns in a trust, can they legally take them? If you have other people on the trust,
that could protect you, but it all depends on the circumstance. I'm not a lawyer either, and that's something you want to definitely ask your lawyer who did your trust.
Yeah,
ask the lawyer and be able to, it could lessen your chances, but I'm not sure that it eliminates them.
It don't seem likely that it would when you think.
I mean, a trust in a way is a will for your guns. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
It's setting up a way to protect your firearms from being destroyed in the case of your death.
Yeah, going to
so that they're assigned to somebody, so the state doesn't take it over.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that protects you in a red flag situation or any other criminal.
Yeah, I think that might
thing. I would think no. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but
ask a two-year lawyer. Ask the person who did your trust.
Yeah. And if you have insurance, check your insurance policy, because US Law Shield actually offers seminars on 2A law, which is where I got a lot of this information.
Nice.
Plus I went to every every
So it's possible. You got all that. Got all
I
that.
went to every web. I spent like hours
I know
looking
it's
up
good
these
stuff.
other companies. So it's USCCA, it's US Law Shield, it's
Somebody said CCW safe. I think somebody had.
CCW Safe, Second Call Defense.
I'm about to go
CCA.
through that.
I think that's it. That's
You
kind
go
of
through
what
that.
I found.
Yeah.
So somebody
But-
was telling me the other day that USCCA just went to unlimited on their policies. They changed it.
Oh, maybe they did. When I looked at it even a month ago, it still had limitations. And USCCA even says on their website and in their documentation, we are not an insurance company. Their main goal, what you get mostly with USCCA, are educational courses aimed to help you stay legal, to improve accuracy, to understand firearms, how they work. I mean, the technical operation of the firearm. So
That's
they
all right.
offer lots of courses, but they do not offer in my opinion, the best range of carry insurance to protect you in criminal and civil matters. That's to me, that's what the insurance is for. Yeah, health insurance, car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, now carry insurance. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have all kinds of insurance.
Brad Sorter, what up?
Everybody give up your money. Brad Sorter, what's up? And I gotta definitely get down there with you, Brad
The
Sorter.
thing that just got me the most out of all of this was somebody said earlier that, I think that was you, who was saying that the laws or the insurance coverages are different by state.
Somebody said in the chat, and I repeat
It's not universal. So I can get you.
No.
Hey,
No,
it may work a certain way in Illinois, but not a certain way in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so you want to get the ones that. So you may have to get multiple policies or get the one that covers the most.
Most of them, or some of them have. US Law Shield has an additional coverage you can add that covers you in all 50 states.
Yeah.
Now, some states, and I think New York State is one of them, you cannot get US Law Shield in the state of New York. I don't know about other companies, but I'm almost sure that's true for New York. Maybe if somebody's in New York currently, they know which companies. Some states you can't get carry insurance at all.
I think New York might be one. I think somebody said it in the.
Okay.
You might have said it, if I'm not mistaken, that you can't get insurance at all in New York State.
So Big Fish said, let's talk prices, USCCA versus US Law Shield.
Yes.
I don't know what USCCA is for a year. For US Law Shield, it was like $2 for mine, and I got the 50 state rider, was $220, I think,
With the rider?
with the rider that covers me in all 50 states. It was $222 and something
A year?
a year.
It's not bad.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's less
Yeah.
than $30 a month.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, in the long run, because something is better than nothing, and that's in anything, especially with insurance. But you want to definitely do your homework on it and what your state covers. Now, John Moss says what about marijuana legal states? Remember, marijuana is still federally illegal. I haven't done a 4473 in a little bit, and I know they changed, but I think they still ask that question about marijuana because it may be legal in your state, but it's still illegal federally. So if you have a marijuana card or you have something on record that you smoke, you probably won't be able to get a gun, let alone get insurance. So you got to be real careful with that. Until they legalize it federally, I would be careful.
I would say that from what I've been able to find, they don't ask you about marijuana usage, whether you do or don't, no matter which state you're in, because I'm in Connecticut and you can get a card here for medicinal purposes, I guess. I don't know, whatever they call it.
Right.
But the problem comes with if you have to use that firearm and you're under the influence of anything,
Oh, you get in trouble.
it could be prescription medication.
Yep.
You're going to have a bigger battle. Just keep that in mind. You can do what you want to do. You're all adults.
My Black is Beautiful. What up?
That's going to be an additional hill to climb. Just
Thanks.
be aware of that.
Well, if it's still an application, it's federal. 4473s aren't state specific. Those are federal. That's a federal form that you're filling out. So all 50 states fill out the same 4473. It doesn't matter where you live. It's still the same 4473.
Why they ask about marijuana and no other drugs?
They say controlled substances, marijuana
Right.
and controlled substances.
Right.
So they don't have to specifically lace out all the drugs that are out there. It can even include OTC, and they ask if you have a problem with it. And basically, it's on record. It has to be on record. If they do a background check, if you say no, and they do a background check, and they see somewhere that it's on record that you used a controlled substance, that could disqualify you, right? So be real careful when dealing with that stuff.
Marijuana definitely legal here in Illinois.
It's decriminalized here in this state, but I know after a while it's going to be legal in states, but that's still that federal, it's got to be legal federally before you can be like, okay, you're good, before they take it off of those forms. But yeah, no matter what state you live in, that 4473 is the same.
Okay. So U.S. Law Shield I need to look into for sure.
That's a good one to look into, yeah.
Kind of do a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, look at them side by, because I think USCCA has something to offer.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on who you are and where you are financially. They have a lot of great courses, I think, a lot of information. They do a lot of videos about information. But one of the other things that people talk about, and I saw people discussing this when I was doing research initially, is that some companies, you can pick your own defense counsel, your own attorney. Other companies, they select the attorney for you. Okay. The rationale behind that is that insurance carrier should know the record of I want a criminal defense attorney. I do not want an estate attorney to represent me in a criminal matter. I also want an attorney that has trial experience, where I can look back and see he's actually been to trial from beginning to end where there was a verdict.
Right.
You don't want some newbie in charge of your life. So if the insurance company is selecting from a pool of criminal defense attorneys with proven trial records, that works for me. That's what I want, because I may not know who the best criminal 2A attorney is in the state in which I reside. I do now because I looked for it. Mm-hmm. But there could be several. There could be 10 in your state. It depends on where you live. Connecticut is a super small state. There are like 3 2A criminal defense attorneys, and they've all gone to trial, and they have true trial records with experience from charges to acquittal. So that's another thing that a lot of companies, it's almost like they try to scare you. So just be super cautious before you buy a policy, and make sure it has what's going to take care of you and your family. If you had to kill somebody to defend your life today, and you were at trial for 60 plus days, what would happen to your family financially? Look at that picture and then find the policy or policies that are going to best help your family maintain. And this statement I'm going to make, and it doesn't have anything to do with carry insurance. If you don't have a life insurance policy, I don't care who you are or how old you are, for God's sakes, get one. Get $10,000. Get a term policy. If you're under 30, it's super cheap. I am so tired of seeing people with GoFundMes because somebody has unexpectedly died. A death is always unexpected. When is it expected?
Yeah.
What? It's planned tomorrow I'm going to die, so I need to get a policy? No.
I got Cash App.
Please.
No, real quick, let me hold you there real quick. Okay, for those who are still on the marijuana joint, it's the question. This is question number. This is questions 21C, right? This under is, are you an unlawful user of or addicted to marijuana or any depressant, stimulant, narcotic drug, or any other controlled substance? Warning, the use or possession of marijuana remains unlawful under federal law, regardless of whether it has been legalized or decriminalized for medical or medicinal or recreation purposes in the state where you reside. The reason that you may see marijuana is because it's a popular controlled substance, right? That is looking at being legalized because of all the uses that it can be. So even though you may be straight in your state, they focus on that because they know that's the for lack of a better word, that's the vice of choice. I'll use vice. That's the vice of choice. But you will see that it does cover controlled substances, narcotics, and all that stuff under there. It doesn't specifically name them all because there'll probably be a whole sheet of paper. And also controlled substances could include over-the-counter or prescription drugs. So you have to also be careful with that and abuse of those. So be very careful. And it's all, and to give you a key, it has to be on record. It has to be recorded somewhere that you have done this or are doing this. Not just I volunteer information. You do it and whatever. You do whatever you do. But if it's not recorded anywhere, then you won't be disqualified in your background check because it's not there. All right. So just know what you're doing when you're filling out these forms.
Melanated High Priestess, what up?
What up, Melanated?
Gun and Butter TV, what's up, bro?
Gun and Butter.
Man, you know, this is every time I have this conversation, bro, I'm smacking myself, man. I'll be smacking myself because I gotta get it done.
Well, the other thing too is some policies pay up to half of their total company value. Now, if that company value drops or shifts, you could be in trouble. That is not a policy I want. So my coverage is dependent on how well that company does financially. No. So if their value drops to under 2 million, if it's $1 million, the most they're ever going to spend on your case is $500,000. Well, if you have to go to a criminal trial, that's not unheard of at all. My understanding is in most states, if it's manslaughter or a higher charge, the trial charges are anywhere from $200,000 up. Starts at $200,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, Frank, see, that's what I'm gonna do, man. That's what I'm gonna do. Only June, what up? And back to what Seed said, life insurance definitely important, y'all. Gotta get it. Too many stories of, people not having, the money for their loved ones when something happens. So, yep, that's super important as well. And
it doesn't take any more time or effort than it does for the people here that spend the time and money on firearms, accessories, going to the range, anything that you do related to your firearm. You can take 1 hour and one little socket of money that you would have used on a new light or whatever for your firearms or your knife or your things you're stocking up for in your house. Take that money and buy yourself a small life insurance policy so your family doesn't have to deal with the sadness of losing you and the financial struggle of not being able to do what they think is best for you. Yes. They can't fulfill your wishes because you put them in a financial situation that they're unable to handle. It's not fair. It's not fair to them. The same thing with firearm insurance. If you're going to carry a loaded firearm and be in a position to defend your life, you need to have some kind of insurance. You have to protect yourself and your family. You said you have a family. So you have other people that are depending on you. If you're out of commission because something happens, you need your family to be able to carry on. You need your wages covered. You need defense counsel. You need a criminal attorney. You need crime scene cleanup, because that's a mess. I mean, if you look at crime scene pictures, it's like
You in these crime scene pictures, see?
I know. I laugh at a funeral, so don't ask me why. It's weird.
Oh Lord.
Um,
Dexter, where are you when I need you, buddy?
Picture
so that's it. That's all. I mean, that's all I've got. I've got I went through 4 companies. I went through 8 different areas that I thought were important: bail, criminal, civil, expert, crime scene cleanup, counseling, firearm seizure, lost wage, red flag laws, and your overall cost per year for each company. So those are the categories I looked at. I encourage everybody to do that if they're interested. If they don't have carrier insurance, those are some of the things that may help them make a decision. Yeah, that's it. That's all I know.
I'm not reading Big Fish comments. So thank you for that speech.
What did he say?
He is unbelievable.
He's all saying, Zeus, what up? Yeah, alcohol is classified as a depressant.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Just make sure people just don't have it on record. That's the only I can say. Just don't have it on record.
Use a fire law, they replace it. That's interesting. Who is that with?
Oh wow.
Coverage at Firearm Legal Protection. What company is that? I don't know that company.
Firearm Legal Protection. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting though.
And the president is a criminal defense lawyer, so he has experience.
That's pretty interesting. Only June, what up, man?
Well,
June?
that's definitely what you want. You definitely want somebody that's going to have attorneys available that are criminal defense attorneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want. Yeah, it's a lot, man.
That's super important.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Now I'm glad that I didn't just go, okay, let me go to USCCA. They be talking to you on the phone. Hey, it's this much. You know, you could just pay this much down, and then we get you covered today without doing the research. You know, you gotta do your research. Yeah, and that's the reason I picked Law Shield. Is now that I did my research, I got people in this state that have it, and as I stated earlier, one person actually had to use it in a situation where he had actually used that insurance, and it worked for him. So, you know, yeah. Do you recommend paying it by the year or monthly? It's cheaper when you pay it by the year, right? Is that correct?
It was cheaper for me. I paid it by the year.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on top of that, man.
There's like I did a cost comparison. You save like anywhere from $12 to like $8 to $12 a month when you pay it all at once. So you might save, I don't know, $60 if you pay it yearly as opposed to monthly. Mm-hmm. If you can't pay it all at once, just get it monthly. Give it to yourself as a birthday present, as a Christmas present. Instead of buying that next firearm, use that money to buy your concealed carry insurance. Yep. As much as we spend on other stuff related to the firearm, this should just be another part of it.
Yep.
Another accessory. Thank you. Yep. Yes.
Anybody in here life insurance agents or USCCA agents or Law Shield agents?
I'm glad, Zeus. I'm glad you put that meal at the end of that comment because I was about to start.
My wife's cousin is a lawyer and a judge in the county we live. Okay.
Sheesh. Okay.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, Blaze, what up?
Well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm not a law enforcement officer, but I am an insurance claims adjuster. So I read lots of policies. I only handle cases with attorneys in 6 states. So I know how to read a policy. So that's that's why I got so much information. That's why I knew what to look for, because I understand how policies read. And I know USCCA is a great ad machine. Please don't let that fool you into thinking a great ad and great commercials and a lot of coverage equals a good policy. Those two things are not the same.
Right.
You have to look at what they're actually covering in dollars. What are you getting in actual dollars for criminal, civil, lost wage, experts, crime scene cleanup, red flag laws, and what are you paying? Like the overall policies there's no difference. You're paying anywhere from $200 to $300 for most of them. And that's for a single person. They have family plans where you can have children. You said you have sons, you have 3 sons?
I do.
So you can cover your sons under the policy. Some policies cover a spouse or the kids, but only if the incident occurs in the domicile, in the residence. So you have to be careful about what you buy. You really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. That's what we all listen. Please never have to use it. Please never have to. We all think never to use it. Or if we could find a way to use something else if necessary, use firearm. Let the firearm be your very, very last resort. Because just a civil suit alone can eat you up, man. So
yeah,
it's a mess, man. Because people quick that everybody's child or family member is a choir person. They're the best person ever. They would never do anything wrong. Oh, they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Meanwhile, they were breaking into your house, threatening the kid. Right? So we gotta cover our COIAs, man. Cover your ass.
That's great.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you so much, Siege, because you just enlightened a lot of us. Definitely me. Now you got me. Now I know at least what to look for.
Yeah, that's a lot of good information, man. A lot of good.
It's
a lot of good information you gave us.
I'll try to wrap up my little handwritten graph. I've got like 6 pages of stuff. I mean, I went through.
Damn, you was on it.
Such a nerd. And like USCCA, I'm just looking at their page. They've got like 3 different levels: gold, platinum, and elite levels. And you get different coverage at different levels, right? So, and this is why I didn't select USCCA. If you are convicted, USCCA ceases all coverage. Your coverage stops. So if you have to get a retrial, if you move for a retrial, if you have to get it recalled and try to get another trial, another hearing,
it's on you.
You will have no coverage. It's all out of your own pocket. I don't have that kind of money.
Damn. So Law Shield's different?
U.S. Law Shield is different. It doesn't matter if you are. Now, this is the thing. They all say, this is what I mean about reading policies and how people get tricked because they're not really paying attention to the details so much. In the policies, it will say legal use of your firearm. So you can't be some knucklehead.
Right.
Where and you can't be the aggressor. So you and I get in an argument. I punch you. You punch me back. I pull my firearm. I'm going to jail.
Yeah, because you initiated it.
Because I initiated it.
Okay.
So that in that case, none of the policies will cover you. So be careful. This is not a full blanket coverage. Like when I hear people with car insurance say, I have full coverage, there is no such thing as full coverage. It doesn't exist. There are state mandatory, and then there are things you can select. Those are the riders, the additions, the add-ons. The same thing with carry insurance. If you are found to be using that firearm or you are the aggressor first, there is no coverage. So like Hookah said, highest level of self-control, check your ego for God's sakes, or don't carry a firearm.
Right.
That's why.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
Plug myself real quick. Check out gunandhookah.com's shins of firearms ownership and look at the end of it toward the last shin. and aggression.
The last shit.
The last shin, aggression. Do not
Oh yeah.
be aggressive with your firearm. You will be. It's a lot of trouble coming your way if you are. So
Learn to walk away. That's
Yep.
my thing.
be a punk.
Yes, bite your
Be a punk.
tongue and run away. It's okay.
But you were saying that U.S. Law Shield covers you even if you're convicted.
Even if you're found guilty, because there's still going to be other civil
Retard.
charges after that.
Yep.
And if you have USCCA, you're on your own.
You're gonna be broke and in jail.
And we all know you can be wrongfully convicted. I mean, it's not like that's some unheard of phenomena that's never happened before.
Right?
Like that happens all the time.
Especially.
Zach, I'm going to call him Zach. And well, actually, what I'm going to do, and okay, not everybody wants
real.
Not everybody wants to do this. I think if you have a firearm and you have carry insurance, you should find out who the criminal attorneys are in the township, county, city, whatever that you live in. It is worth, and they're like, attorneys are like $250 an hour. I will spend $250 to take an hour out of his day to go sit in his office and ask him my 75 gazillion questions, because that's about how many I have.
Dang.
All the what ifs,
Gazillion
all the
years.
what if this happens, and like that's something worth doing to me. So I'm going to try to do that really soon. Now that I have US Law Shield, I can actually call and ask any questions and get an answer. Like I think they say in 72 hours, they will answer you if it's not an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
If there's an incident, they answer. You get a response from that attorney within the hour. They call you back, no matter what time it is. Holiday 24/7, 365. I did go to the attorney, and I went to a seminar given by the criminal attorney in my area where I live. And that's what he said. So he was there, his wife was there, and one of his law partners was there. So I got to ask questions, and he got to answer. Like there had to be, I don't know, like 80 people there. So there were a bunch of questions, but that's one of the things he said. If you call, you get me. You don't get, he actually said, and I was kind of like, hey, I'm a claims rep. He said, you don't get a claims rep on the other end of the phone. I'm like, hey, I'm a claims rep. Wait a minute. But what he was trying to assure people was they're getting a real criminal defense attorney. They're not getting some programmer or some person that's sitting behind a laptop just filling in, okay, what's your name? What time did it happen? I mean, he told us exactly what to do, how to do it. Like, it's important. We got all the other stuff. We got all the cool stuff. We got all the cool guns, all the gear and the T-shirts and hoodies and whatever, lights and scopes and all that stuff. Get some insurance and find out how the law really works. Read some criminal cases about what happened to people that really pulled their firearms and pulled the trigger and killed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It will change the way you move with that firearm, I guarantee you. It certainly did for me.
That's exactly why I talk about level head, light head, diplomatic as possible. Don't be out there thinking you badass. Don't, please, because of that, because it's just a lot that goes behind it.
Yeah, check your ego.
Get insurance, like immediately after you got your carry license or whatever?
Get as soon as you get a gun.
Yeah, you can get it before. You don't even have to wait.
Oh, look at that. That's more information.
That's even good.
Depending on where you are, yeah, because in Connecticut it takes so long. As soon as you start thinking about it, get the insurance. Even start out monthly. You could always pay it off early if you want to.
Right. That's true.
Like that could work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Layaway is your thing. Monthly payments.
Yeah, layaway, man. There you go.
I'm going to do it. Put it all in layaway.
Yeah, you're right 100% on that, John Wick being the aggressor, but I'm going to give you 2 words. George Zimmerman. Think about that. He was the aggressor and he got off.
And
Oh.
I actually read, that's one, Hookah, that's one of the case files that I read, the part that wasn't redacted anyway. And this is the thing about firearms that I think that I know I didn't know. If I'm not the aggressor, but I put the aggressor in a life-threatening situation and I don't have a firearm, if they fear for their lives because of something I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
then they do have the right to pull that firearm and use it, and they would get off. They might get charged, but they would probably walk, which is what happened in the Zimmerman case.
That's why you gotta be careful out here in these streets.
I almost cussed. It almost came out.
It's not pleasant to read a trial.
Me too.
If you look at criminal cases and hear cases where people have used their firearm and ended somebody's life, and you see the process and the outcome, it will change the way you think about that firearm. The only people that I find that are a little more well-adjusted to it are military people. And I don't know specific, not even law enforcement. I'm talking military people. They seem to have just a much better frame of reference, especially military people that have been in war zones. Completely different mindset. Like their egos are not part of this nonsense. And that's usually, that could sometimes be the cause.
You get jammed up if you do something, man. You get charged in the military in combat. Oh, you get worse than the civilian. UCMJ ain't no joke, man. So
thank you.
Shoot, do if you want to. I tell you, like in combat situation, rape. If you get convicted of a rape in a war zone in combat theater of operations, that's punishable by death.
Oh man.
Think about murder or war crime. I mean, you can get jammed up, man. So yeah, you got to be on your square.
It's a lot that goes into carrying a firearm besides just carrying it because you have the right to.
Right.
You have the right to, but there are also other laws surrounding you that you have to be within the boundaries of those laws, or you're gonna find yourself in trouble.
Right and responsibility.
Yeah.
Right and responsibility. That's just look. So we have a facts there too. Rules of engagement, man. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a huge responsibility. It's cool. I love to go. I love it. It's cool, but it's responsible. It's a lifestyle change. Your mindset. You have to have a different mindset than somebody who can fly off the people that don't have a gun. If you got your gun on you, walk away if you can. Just get diffuse it, de-escalate it immediately.
Yeah, don't waste your energy or your time, and don't put yourself in a position where you end up having to fight for your life in court,
right?
Because of a confrontation with a stranger. They don't deserve your time. They don't know you. They're not important to you. They shouldn't matter that much. Don't waste your time arguing with people you don't know. Mm-hmm. And people that you can easily walk away from because you're never going to see them again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between knowing when to walk away and standing your ground, not letting people mistreat you or abuse you. And I'm not saying words don't hurt, but I'd rather be hurt by words and end up fighting for my life legally in a court of law when it's not going to be on my side.
Right.
Let's face it. Let's look at who we are in this country and realize that the deck is stacked against us from the beginning. I might have a little better of a chance because I'm a female and I'm older and they're going to view me differently, but they're not going to view you like that, Hookah. They're not. So let's be realistic. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your hand off your weapon. Don't get into confrontations with people you don't know, and they have zero importance in your life. They don't deserve your time or your energy, and move on. Just let it go and move on. Your ego will survive to live another day. You'll be fine.
Sure.
But check out the insurance companies. Do your own research, of course. I'm going to try to put something together, like a little mini chart from all the stuff I got, and see if I can like get it over to either you, Hookah, or just send it out to a couple people so everybody can kind of have a look at it when they're making that decision. But if you carry a firearm, you should have carry insurance. If you care about the people that you love in your life, you should have life insurance.
Facts.
That's how I see it.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, have I talked enough tonight?
Yeah, no, you have given some really good. This is why we do this stuff. It's edutainment, right? Education, entertainment. You know, and any information that you bring to the table is a benefit. You know, and it helps. I didn't know a lot of that stuff. You know, I knew a little bit of it, but I didn't know everything you talked about. And it's definitely, you know, needed. And there's people that didn't know. And there's one person in the chat that probably knew anything, you know, and now they got a ton of information and even just resources. So,
yeah, now you can go look and figure out what you can afford.
Right.
What is going to work best for you. So I know some people have more than one policy. I may get another policy. I know there are different things that different people need. Different levels of coverage are available.
Right.
Different add-ons for different companies. But just know the two biggest things are always criminal and civil. Those are your two most immediate concerns.
Yep.
Everything else is a plus. And with the way red flag laws are starting to pop up, I think that's another big one.
Sorry, y'all.
No, you're good. Yo, red flag. When that joke, because we got hit in 2019, they came out for us, red flag. And no, actually, it might have been early. It was excuse me, earlier than that. It happened after the Las Vegas shooting.
Okay. Yep.
And you know, endorsed by 45. So I say, take the guns, then due process. And it was like, ah. And you know, where I live, they are reactionary. We've been hit with so many daggone laws, just like Connecticut. Oh, we get hit.
Yeah, we got. What's the difference between term and whole life? Okay, so
that's a good question.
A term life is first you can get them both. You pay monthly. Term life is going to be cheaper because. How do I say? Okay, I'm just going to say it. So you're actually betting on term life that the person is going to die soon. Because
see, why is that funny?
Because I'm weird. Term life, you're paying a little bit for a lot of coverage. Whole life actually builds money. If you have children or grandchildren, because RdoubleG, you said you have a grandchild.
4 of them.
Oh, Lord. Okay. You need to buy some whole life policies for your grandchildren. Insurance is cheapest when you're young because you have no diseases, no medical history, no pre-existing conditions, nothing. None of that matters. You can buy a whole life policy. It will build equity, actually earns money. So if you buy it, if you buy it for one grandchild, even just one, and that grandchild is under 10 years old, you keep that whole life policy. By the time they're 21, it will have a ton of equity. And you could buy a $20,000 whole life policy for a child under 10. That's probably not even $200 a year. But it builds equity. Term policies don't build equity. That's the difference. You can actually pay into a whole life policy long enough where it will pay dividends back. You can take money out of it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. That's the little I know about the difference.
Which one do you guys recommend more?
For children, young children, I would say get a whole life policy because it's super cheap.
Right. But once you get above 40.
Once you get above 40, get a term life policy that's, I mean, it depends on like if you're a big funeral person and you want them to go to the church and the food thing and the singing of Amazing Grace and all that other stuff and whatever they do. I don't know. If you want all that stuff, get at least $20,000 because the Undertaker will not pick the body up until he has your insurance policy. That's almost everywhere.
Mm-hmm. The biggest part is your funeral expenses.
Yeah.
And
They're
shout out to the
criminals.
veterans out there because we could get our stuff for free.
Yeah, that's like I have a whole rant on undertakers, but that's for another day. But yeah, like for yourself, your significant other, you might want to have a term life policy that's worth like $10,000.
Mm-hmm. Look at mortgage insurance as well. That's another thing about that will cover you if something happens to you.
I always had that. Yeah. In case you really want to think, if you are the breadwinner or you're half of the income for your family, what happens if you're not here anymore? How do you help your family continue to live at that financial level if you're not here? Now, nobody wants to think about their own mortality. That's why we don't do it. But that's really how you have to think, because you don't want to leave your significant other, your children, your grandchildren in a position where they have to sell the house. They can't take care of the bills, the finances, the education, like none of that.
Yeah.
Mostly a rip. It's only worth the investment. I don't agree with that.
Okay. And why?
Because I think whole life is so cheap if you get it when your kids are really young, that you don't spend a great deal of money, and that money matures. That whole life policy builds equity and it matures over time. And they can actually, I mean, that's money they could cash out for the first year of college or trade school, or if they want to travel or buy a house or something, like something significant. Like that was even savings bonds, anything that's going to help your family stay at the financial level they are, stay at the level of comfort they are if you are not there with your income anymore. That's what life insurance is supposed to do. So it's one of those things that, yes, you're paying you're paying for it constantly and you're not getting to use it. People have the same philosophy about, why should I buy all this car insurance? I don't have any accidents. I never use it. But if you do you have the finances to take out of your own pocket?
Better have it, not need it.
Yeah. Oh. Better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. So, and it's only a decision you can make. Like you have to decide for yourself what is most important to you and your family, and it matures when you keep money for children. You're much better with a 529 plan. That is true, Big Zo. A 529 plan is better.
What is it?
And that's the Big Zo, correct me if I'm wrong. 529 is the plan where you put money in it. It can be used for college. It has like a mandated outline of what it can be used for. I know college is one of them. That's one of the most popular ones. You can start putting money into that fund now. I don't think it's taxable. It goes to the kid after 18. Maybe Big Zo will say.
Big Fish, quit playing. Quit playing, Big Fish.
Oh my God, I can't with him.
Quit playing.
See what Gilly Suit says. His father got a whole life policy when they were young, and then he took the policy over when his father passed away. So that, okay, yeah. So Big Zo, yeah, he is saying that 529 is a policy that they can use to go to college or trade school, chef school, any of the trades, anything like that. Mm-hmm. And it's tax free.
She said, "Big Fish, I'm gonna slap you." Oh damn, that's funny. It's a college fund that is.
Yeah, it's non-taxable, but it can only be used for certain things, and college is one of them. Or now it may actually say higher levels of education. You just have to be able to show what it is. There's some different things you can do, but I don't know how we got on life insurance, but it's important.
Well, yeah, it's all insurance.
Cal V, what up?
Ooh, this is some good stuff, man.
A lot of work,
You
man.
know we're a 2A channel, but I tell y'all, be some information in here because we did what cryptocurrency on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lot. That was a lot of information as well.
Mm-hmm.
With this carry insurance, which kind of go into life insurance and all that other good stuff, it's a lot of great information. Siege, thank you for taking the time out.
Yep.
You know,
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
yeah, anytime. This is why I say keep insurance. And man, you know, when somebody made that comment earlier about all the different insurances we have to have, that's why we got to stay on our grind, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And then you think about also
insurance as a whole, especially as gun owners, you got that insurance.
Right.
Obviously, you need your auto, life. You know, I don't know what the hell other insurance we need.
Trust, have a gun trust. All that's stuff that we still got to do, man.
Have a will.
I will. I gotta put that together.
Like that should be the goal for everybody that doesn't have one, to do it before the end of this year. So you go into a new year with a will. And if you work for a company, you might have a legal aid through your company. Check. You might have it. They will help you draw up just a basic will. It doesn't have to be, it's not like I have millions of assets to leave to people. I don't. But I need to be able to instruct my people what to do with the finances I have.
Yep.
So a will, a gun trust. For a lot of these people these people have so many firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Are those things, if somebody breaks into your house or your house burns down or it floods, if there's a natural disaster, are your firearms covered?
Mm-hmm.
Mine are, yeah.
Yes.
Mine are. Oh yeah. I made sure I asked that question immediately. Hey, and I said, hey, this is what I need covered. And there's also additional coverage that I got, because I look at not just you got to look at replacement value.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. Because the
current cost and depreciation versus replacement value. Those are two separate things. If you buy a gun today and you pay $800 for it, in 5 years, they may say that gun's only worth $400. If you don't have replacement costs, you're getting $400, not $800.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between current value and replacement costs. Yep. So that goes into what Hookah's been saying like a gazillion times. Keep records of what you buy, record it, the date, the serial number, the dollar amount, where you got it from, whatever else is on your receipt. Like that's going to be important for your insurance company too. Mm-hmm. And you need to find a company that will insure your firearms outside of your homeowners, because your homeowners is only going to give you so much coverage, even with a rider.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, that's true. Poindexter, if you don't have money, you definitely need insurance. That's like, and I don't have a whole lot of money, so I have tons of insurance because I need it. I need to be like, I don't want to be sitting in jail because I don't have bail money.
I have a little bit, but I got insurance as well.
Yeah. I don't want to have to use all my money.
Right.
Because I'm not a flight risk. So I would get bail. Where am I going?
Yeah. I know I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to take.
Where am I going?
I don't want to take my own money.
Mm-mm.
If it's you only put up 10%. So if it's $100,000, you put up 10. But I don't want to give up my $10,000. No.
He said, "I'm not built for jail."
Hell no, me neither.
I ain't gonna be
either.
They got the money to get out.
I'm not built for none of that stuff. Look, nope.
Devil Row, are you trying to pick a fight with me?
Hell no, I can tell you that. I answer that for him. He is not trying to pick a fight with you, Siege.
I don't need insurance on my fist. Look, I'm just a little old lady.
Right.
I couldn't hurt a fly.
Sure.
And I will say that to the ends of time.
See, your face did not even match that statement.
Not even a little bit.
Terrible.
She said she could. She didn't say she wouldn't. She said she couldn't.
I am not a threat.
Right.
But
Poindexter said, "Yeah, right." Big Zo says, "Sure."
Speaking of threats, did you guys see the video of the 500-pound man at the gas station? Okay, it wasn't, I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
350-pound man
Okay.
at the gas station that got out of his SUV, walked up to this woman and just started, of course, I don't know what the hell she's doing, pumping gas, not looking around, her head's down. He walks up to her and just starts punching her.
Dang.
I mean, he walked from the front of her car around the side towards when he got to the middle of my car, it would have been game on because he was coming for her. And I mean, he punched her, he knocked her down, he was kicking her, punching her. Two guys that were, I guess, in the gas station actually came and pulled him off of her. He got this vehicle and drove away. They did eventually find him, but that's an instance where, yeah, I would have feared for my life, I think. And he was 350 if he was a minute. He was ginormous.
Hot round would have seized him up quick.
I mean,
Just like that.
he was so big. I'm thinking that center mass would not have been where I would have been aiming.
It says mother turned in. Oh yeah. And then there's that.
Okay.
And then there's that. 350 pounds. You get hit in the jimmies, you're going down. I don't care how big you are. You get hit there, it's a wrap.
Dang. Anybody here Alpo got killed?
Oh, word.
That's a whole nother subject right there. All the way away from.
Man, look, but check it out, man. Like you say, different topics. Everything's wrapped around two-way. You went to a gun show, right?
I did.
Was the only thing you saw there guns?
Nope.
What else did you see?
I saw knives. I saw prepping stuff, other protective materials like stun guns and
Ooh,
all types of stuff, man.
How about pickles?
I saw
beef
some
jerky?
pickles, beef jerkies. Yeah, I did see
Chocolate.
beef.
oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So basically just treat your lives like the gun show. Everything revolves around the 2A. Everything revolves around the gun.
Interesting.
People may not agree. They agree or not. Just go to a gun show. You can see that.
Yeah, it wasn't Cameron Big Fish. It was the real Alpo.
The real Alpo, not Rico. Alpo, man. But
that's the whole story in itself.
Yeah, oof. Wild boys up there, and they moved to DC and set off there. Yeah, the day was coming. That day was coming. Unfortunately, sorry for his family, but
yeah,
he made some enemies.
You have to check yourself. You have got to check yourself.
Man, don't come back.
Never know. Like,
yeah.
Don't make enemies, and the enemies you do have, keep them
real
close. Yeah.
It came back to haunt him, man.
Oh, it did. Yeah,
from years ago. You're talking about 30 years.
Yeah. Oh, probably damn near 40.
Oof.
Yep. Yeah. Wow. You ain't never lied, Big Fish. That was some wild times, 80s and 90s. Wild times.
So, a few more minutes. I got the other topic. Siege, you're welcome to hang out.
Okay, let me get out. I'm just in here just yakking, taking up all the time.
No.
Let somebody else come in.
They talking about Siege. We love you, Siege. Don't go. Siege, tell us more. Siege.
This is dope.
We're gonna have a monthly session with Siege. I'm just gonna come up, she gonna know about it. We just come up with a subject. She'll give us all the information we need. Look at Poindexter. Stay on. Hey man, no pitching.
That's because Poindexter's the best.
Would you?
He's the best. That's why.
Black Poindexter's like, hey, Black Poindexter, won't you come on in?
You know how I get. You know I get mushy when I see them on the screen again. That's my thing, man. That's my thing over here. You know. They say, please stay.
You're funny.
He said, please stay. Yeah, that was stay. Give her Kareem spot.
You're welcome, Big Fish.
Kareem is fired. Kareem is fired. We'll take Siege all day.
That jaunt was hilarious.
Yes, man. Yes.
Didn't see that coming, but wow.
Kareem is funny, man. But he definitely fired, though. He's funny and fired. So it's all good. But I was talking about carrying. Do people carry a backup firearm?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess an even better question would be,
Mm.
do you carry a backup anything? So it doesn't have to be another firearm. It could be a knife, pepper spray, any other way to defend yourself beyond the firearm.
Blade.
Yeah.
Yep, I carry a blade.
I'm
Okay.
not that, I don't know if I'm good enough with a knife to not get my own hand all cut up. I don't know.
Get a push dagger.
What's that?
Push dagger is basically you have the handle, you have the dagger, right? I don't know if I could. I don't have mine's actually in my vehicle right now, but it actually has a handle within and the dagger's on top. So when you hold it, the dagger's what sticks out. You're actually holding the handle and the dagger actually sticks out between your fingers.
Okay.
So when you like stab, you ain't got to worry about your hand going forward.
Okay.
So because you're holding onto the handle and it, resists that.
Man, I saw some cool knives at the gun show. See, you been to the gun show yet?
I haven't been in Connecticut. I have been in other states, and there's one coming up in November in Connecticut, I think, which I'm actually going to go birthday myself something good.
Nice.
So maybe I'll do a knife and like one firearm and.
Oh dang, Siege, what you got on your radar? Let's have a little fun talk. What about what gun have you been looking at?
Okay,
if you say
so
something that Black Poindexter done said, I am.
No, it's something actually that I got from a very good new friend of mine. His name is Hookah.
Oh. I would have said anything else, man. I would have threw a snowball at the computer. Cause ain't no other guys welcome on here talking to you, pitching woo.
No,
I'm
saying Black Poindexter. I wasn't pitching woo.
He'd have cut his hair and everything. You better watch it.
No, the last two guns you sent me, I'm like, ooh, I might have to have that one. Where is it?
The Witness or the
Witness. The Witness.
Yeah, man. The EAA Witness Tankfolio.
Which one?
That thing he is pretty sexy. Gotta say.
The 9 or the 10?
I think it was a 9.
It was a 9. Yep. Yeah.
That 10 millimeter is nasty too.
Yeah, that 10 millimeter.
That thing, I think that might be my next.
That's a nice piece.
Yeah.
That's a nice piece right there.
That's my boy right there. That's right. BPA playing.
That thing is nice, Hook. I'm like,
That's a nice piece.
D Brazil, what up?
Really nice piece.
Yeah, that's pretty
Billionaire,
cool.
you made it to the party. You late, but you great.
Skiing it. No, that's really cool. Yeah, that's a nice piece to get.
Yeah.
Pretty affordable too, right? Them EAA
joints. Yeah, they're not that bad, like $1,300.
$1,300, yeah.
$1,300. That ain't reasonable. That ain't reasonable.
I mean, you can get EAAs cheaper.
No, the one I saw, I looked it up. It was like $1,300. I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, they got some that's high as $2,500. So.
As long as I stay under 2,000, I'm like, okay, I don't feel like I'm being frivolous.
Is that another word for cheap? Because I'm telling you right now, even though I'm a layaway guy, I'm never saying under 2,000. Once I get to 2,000, I probably hit the lottery that week or something. What's up, Miss Kate? $2 say what I missed. You missed $2,000 guns, life insurance. It's just a bunch of
Wills, CCW insurance, carrying a second gun. I mean, where are you carrying a second? How many guns am I supposed to carry?
That part I don't know because I hear people. I've heard people.
That's too much. I can't do all that.
Sometimes, depending on where I'm going and how I'm moving, I will have something in the car and then something on me. I do that. I may have a small carbine, a backpack gun in the car, or something.
See, I'm trying to stay out of those areas where I need additional items for backup just in case. Yeah, I'm trying not to go to those places anymore, ever. I just can't do it. No.
Well, I mean, it's not when I'm going like just in the hood or something. I mean, sometimes I do it if I'm going on, maybe if I'm going more than an hour away. Doesn't matter
Okay.
where. If I'm going more than an hour away, I'll try to carry.
I didn't think about.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Something else I have to think about, a backup gun.
Yeah, you should. Definitely. Definitely. Let me be the one to tell you that. And I'm just a regular gun guy. I'll tell
Maybe
you.
like an ankle.
Yeah,
I saw that in a movie last night. That lady had that ankle joint.
you're a boot gun.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, she could get a CZ Shadow too, because she can stay under $2,000 and still get that. I can't. That CZ Shadow, $1,700, man. That's gun snob territory. Hookah.
What's that?
That's snob territory. When you start getting into 15,
Snob
It can
territory.
get funky.
you get into snob territory.
It
Then.
can get funky.
Miss K in this joint, the gangster.
Hey, Miss K.
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, you got the 10 millimeter. Yeah, you can. You get it for like $700 for a 10 millimeter, but you're not getting a custom. You're just getting a regular schmegula. But that custom one
Carry a
gonna cost
revolver.
$6,000.
See, you need a revolver. You should.
You're not getting a flared magwell, and all that stuff.
I can't be fumbling around with revolvers and no.
Oh, you gotta get one.
fumbling around. You don't need to fumble a revolver.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just remember I'm in a state where I have a limited 10 in a magazine. So
So revolver works perfect.
That's
well, I
perfect.
guess it would.
That's the bomb.
Right, that's the one.
So maybe I'll do that for Christmas.
Are you? Is your state? Do they have that buy, sell, or trade, and you can possess, or you just can't have it at all?
Can't have it at all.
Ooh,
Wait, can't have what?
the magazine.
The magazine can't be more than 10.
Period. Okay.
Correct.
So that
In the state of
witness.
Connecticut?
Yes.
Sweet.
In any gun?
In any gun.
Jeez.
So what do you guys do? They got 10-round magazines for ARs?
Yeah, do
Or
that.
others?
While others, they're 10. They look like little baby magazines.
They have the 1030s as well. That what they call a 1030, where it's a 30-round mag, but they pin it or something like that. It's only
Okay. So you can't fill it up, right? Is that what you
Fill it up.
mean?
Yep.
Okay.
unless you go 50 Beowulf and you get a specific mag that says 50 Beowulf on it, that holds 10. So you'll be covered there as well.
Wait a minute. I did not know that about Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
So the state of Connecticut, you cannot have
Correct.
more than a 10-round magazine.
Yep.
Can't possess.
That sucks.
Like 32 Icon is a pro on the state of Connecticut because that's where she is too.
So she can't have more than 10-round magazine.
Nope.
She live in Connecticut. No
Mhm.
matter who you are.
Yeah, you have to get the mag pinned or what else they call? I forgot what else they call it. Where it's only can hold 10 rounds.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn.
And here where I live, it's you can't buy, sell, or trade, but you can possess. So if I want multiple rounds, I got to go out of state, grab them, bring them back.
Wait, Maryland, you can't have more than 10 rounds either?
You can't buy, sell, or trade, but you can possess. You can't buy them in Maryland, but I can go to Virginia, Pennsylvania, wherever, and
Oh, you can buy it anywhere, but you can't buy it in your state. You
you
can't
can't buy, sell, or
sell
trade
it or trade it.
yeah, you can
Now,
possess.
is that not correct in Connecticut?
That is not correct.
No,
You
correct.
cannot have anything other than 10. And that's from the Sandy Hook incident in 2012, maybe? I forget when Sandy Hook was, but that was a mass school shooting.
Well,
That was random, Zach. That was just completely random.
Oh, that's right. It's Halloween.
yeah, you can't buy, sell, or trade. Yep, DR, you're right with Maryland. Because you see, I got stale mags. I
Hey,
got
June, you're going to get blocked.
I got all that stuff. I mean, but I had to go out of state to get them. And then, like I said, once I get my Type 07, it won't matter.
June, you shooting your shot or something?
So Hookah, if you get your 07, does
Mhm.
that mean you could buy anything or you can wait, what does it mean? I don't know.
Well, when you get your FFL, it's made for selling, right? But your
Right.
FFLs, you're kind of exempt from a lot of those laws in each state. right? If you get an FFL, don't necessarily be a Type 07, but a Type 01 or Type 01. Type 02 is pawnbroker. So if you're a pawn, if you have a pawn shop, you could sell firearms from there. 03 is CNR. That's something totally different. It's Curio and Relics. 6 is ammunition. 7, 8 is one is manufacturer, other is import. And you have 9, 10, and 11. Those all deal with destructive devices. Deal with destructive devices, manufacturer, and importer of destructive devices. 10 and 11 are catch-all. That's you. If you get a 10 and 11, that covers everything. You are exempt. They're virtually exempt from a lot of stuff. A lot of goes with it. And of course, you get the ITAR and EAR as Precision Strike talked about. But just for regular people and then the SOTs, that's a whole nother animal. But when you get your 07, let's say you get a Type 07 FFL, you're pretty much exempt for yourself because you're an FFL because it's going to your business, not necessarily to your person.
Right? Okay. All right. So maybe I'll just do that.
Yeah. So you get your 07. And then if you want to get the machine gun, that's where the SOT comes in.
Well, I think like the track is if you get your 07 while you're waiting for that, as soon as you get that in process, then go for your SOT immediately right behind it. Because I guess it's easier. I don't know. I don't know what that means technically.
Time-wise.
Okay.
Check out FFL Elite, y'all. That'll give you all the information you need.
I know. That's my next. That's my next thing, I think.
Yeah. So, but a lot of stuff I taught some of that stuff. So, but yeah, I was trying to do this stuff for a long time. The only thing that's holding me up is place. Finding an office space that ATF says, "Hey, everything is good."
My fly family, you ain't lying. CJ.
Well, they change, like they start changing. Depending on what state you're in, they could change at the drop of the dime what the guidelines are. And so that's where people run into trouble, or not delays is a better word, I guess. That's where the holdup comes in. Because what was okay a month ago
may change.
So it's kind of like it's November 1st almost. So if you're going to get it, you have time to get it this year. The process takes generally about 60 days. So like now's the time to do it.
Yep, 30 to 60 days, you can have everything.
Yeah, if you're thinking about the FFL 07, now is the time to do it.
Somebody block Big Zo. Said
put him in timeout.
Yeah, time him out.
That's funny. But yeah, it's a lot in this joint, man. It's crazy. That's why I always recommend just get your FFL. I mean, you can make
Demo Thomas. We do not have a MAG cap in the state of Illinois. On EDCs, no. In the city of Chicago, I think it was something like that. But no, sir.
Well, 2A's sister is in Massachusetts. I think yeah, there she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got some weird laws.
Okay, so they have.
But no.
Yeah, Mass is kind of like Connecticut.
We could possess all day. You saw them drums I got. We could possess. We just got to take a little trip to get them.
Yeah, we can't even have it.
I can go right to the gun store and buy anything.
Yeah, we used to. 2012, after that Sandy Hook, they were like, no.
I wasn't sure what year it was. It was 2012. I wasn't even living in the state. I mean, I was still in Pennsylvania when that happened. But
sorry, go ahead.
That caused a lot of changes in this state from just Sandy Hook.
Yeah. Sandy Hook was a definitely a pivot.
Hey man, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York.
Yeah, that Safe Act destroyed New York. John Wick with the stick. Yeah, Virginia is very, very gun friendly. So large cap mags in Virginia. Okay, that's like saying, can you bring a pair of socks to Virginia? You're perfectly fine in Virginia. Once you get like to Virginia, the only place you want to be careful in the South is probably South Carolina, but that's more on the carry side versus anything else.
Puff, what up, boy?
But, Puff in a minute. If you got high cap mags, you can possess them in Virginia. They don't care.
He said in Georgia, we got 100 round mag
At Walgreens. That's believable.
Wow. I wish.
Yeah, I just got to take a little trip to Virginia. I ain't nothing. I got family in Virginia, so
Virginia is so 2A friendly.
very 2A friendly. So I can cross state line. It's only a half-hour ride.
Yeah, Connecticut, not 2A friendly.
I could gobble up.
To South Carolina, wide open.
Well, no, I was talking about more for carry. If you're out of state and you carry, they're a little bit more strict as far as out of non-residents. So yeah, you can have everything, which is carrying there, unless they changed in the last time I read their laws as far as carrying. Now, as far as the South, as far as possessing stuff, man, they don't care.
Valley boy.
They don't care. It's just know what you.
I don't, in the city of Chicago, Valley boys, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like in the city, I know that there's what do you call it? There's mad caps. You're not supposed to have. I don't know if it's 10, 12. I have to double check. I mean, I'm outside the city now, so we don't have those restrictions anymore. But
yeah, Braswell, that's a good point too. It's all because like being able to possess and be able to carry are two different things. That's big facts. Yeah, you can't have more than 20 rounds unless you do have a carry permit in Virginia.
hey, somebody block Puff.
Time out.
Leave it to Puff to come on here. Puff just never. But yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot with these things, and definitely have multiple carry permits from different states.
The two issues, boy, Dexter, is terrible. They can only choose certain weapons. That is terrible. They can only buy Glocks, it seems like. If you're in Cali, you just got to buy Glocks. And then you got to say it's Glocks or nothing. You got to stand up for Glock. Because that's all they can buy. Non-residents can't conceal and carry in South Carolina.
Yeah, that's the what I would think.
Oh, so you going through there with your joint on your hip, you better be careful.
You better be careful or stop and take it off your hip and carry it, transport it the way they want you to transport it.
They're going to Indiana you.
They'll jack you up, man. They'll jack you up. Glocks in 1911. 1911 ain't a bad. 1911 is a good gun. People act because the Mad Cap. You just got to work. I tell people like this, man. Build your marksmanship up. So if you gotta use all of your 20 rounds, 17 rounds, you can't shoot. To be honest with you. You better know how to dump. You better know how to use them rounds sparingly, especially now with ammo prices. You definitely want to be real conservative if you ever have to put that work in.
No problem, Valley boys. Welcome to the channel, man. Come hang out with us. You learn a lot in here, brother.
Yeah, man.
I promise you that.
You get entertained. It's crazy, man. Like I said, I'm learning every day, man, with this stuff. We always gonna learn something because
Same. Yes, same. Always learning.
Something, man.
Y'all ready to RSVP for Nashville? What's up?
Oh, it's ready?
Nah, it's coming up this week.
Better make sure you have your reciprocal state carry before you start rolling around with your firearms.
And definitely check those laws because those change like draws too.
Make sure you have the right case. Check your airline before you even book your flight. Figure out what the necessary requirements are to get it through without a problem. Because you got to have this kind of case, and the mag can't be loaded, and it can't be in the firearm, and it's a lot. But it's easily accomplished. But that's important with all these people traveling.
I flew my firearms with Frontier this last time. And I must say that was the smoothest flying experience I've had with the firearm on the flight. So now I don't know what all the other airlines do. I've done United, Spirit, and then Frontier. Now with Frontier, it was really smooth and easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like because I didn't take nothing big with me, so I only had like 2 handguns inside of my check bag, locked inside of his case. But all they did, they made me open up the check bag, and they seen that I had the firearm, the case locked. But they didn't make me open that case. I guess TSA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they didn't make me open it. Every other airline, they made me open it though.
They usually do make you open it.
They didn't make me open it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought it was just in O'Hare, and then when I got to Atlanta and I was flying back out, they didn't make me open it again. They saw that it was locked, then they make me take it over to TSA. They do whatever they do, run it through that little machine. I don't know if they can look and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. It was smooth. 5 minutes.
Demo, if you can help it, avoid New York State.
Ebony, what up?
Yeah.
Specifically New York City.
Not a good time.
How much firearms can you fly with? As many as you can put in your case. I don't know the limit. Now you may have to call these individual airline, because I don't quote me on that. But I know, hell, I've seen people fly with a bunch of them.
Like,
I know,
check
I have my big I forget what the case is called. It's over there somewhere. But anyway, I have my big case and all the cutouts, put 6-7 guns in there.
Yeah, games. That's the question. You got to check every firearm. You can't carry none on a plane with you. You barely can bring toothpicks on a plane, so you can't bring no firearms.
Oh hell no!
You got to check them all, man. You got to have no magazines are loaded.
You got to check it in. Yeah, you just got. You got.
Yeah, you got to check.
It's
everything.
like checking a bag.
Yeah.
Honestly, except they want to check your firearm, make sure they unload it. But that's
they want to make sure that the case can't be opened by somebody else.
Yep.
If they get to it, because your ammunition is inside of the case, usually with your firearms. So they want to make sure you can't lift it partially and then pry it open. That's one of the things they're checking, or it depends on the airline. Like you said, they didn't even make you open yours. So
he says because you do hot tub too. We'll get into what's the best handgun round. That's a whole life by itself.
That's a whole life by itself. Jesus.
But I'm gonna say 10 millimeter though. I will tell you that. That's my personal opinion.
That's definitely not a sleeper. That's a really good round to have.
But we'll talk about that's a good topic. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's a really good topic. It can get real opinion based, but
ballistics. Do you mean just overall ballistics?
Why I like 10 millimeter the most? I think so. I just think the thump, the speed, just the how many different types of rounds you can get for it. 10 millimeter hollow point is something serious, man. And the mere fact they hunt bears with that round always have impressed me.
My favorite round is the 454 Casull.
Hookah, big.
Hey, hookah. I'm an amateur. Could you not speak foreign languages when I'm here in front of me, please? It's so embarrassing for me because I don't know what you're talking about.
Basically, it's a 40. Basically, if you took a 45 ACP,
what up, brother?
Lengthen the casing and put it on steroids, that's 454 because it's 45 caliber round. But it's just
that's huge.
A lot of rocker. It's a lot of rock.
Yeah, Real Deal gave me that subject about the do you carry an alternative? Do you carry more than one weapon? So
that's a good question. It's a good
I've
thing
heard
to think about.
They do. I've heard certain people say they do. Some people say they have 2 carry weapons. So that's interesting. I mean, I don't, but Puff said Hookah don't even know what he's talking about half the time.
I don't know what he's talking about half the time.
Puff, come on here, man.
He'll get
come up in here. I want to see what you look like.
Hookah will get you. Hookah be talking sometimes and you be like, what? But I done got good at it now. I know how to act like I know what he means sometimes.
I was going to say, I don't even pretend. On the other side, I'm at home thinking, what is he saying? What kind of gun? Nobody's saying anything because they don't know either. And
people
they show us 600 nights.
Round. I mean, people, it's a revolver round, or you see it in certain rifles.
Okay, Darling Ebony sounds like a badass.
Yeah.
I mean,
he is a badass.
Oh my God.
We need to get her on the show because she got some guns that some of the guys don't got.
It sounds like it.
That is definitely a good analysis. Analogy of not analogy, but description of 10 millimeters. Just a thumpy 40 Smith. You take a 40 Smith blank in that cartridge and add steroids, you got 10 millimeter and nasty round.
Yeah,
nasty round. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm going to get out and let some other person come in because I think I've taken up enough time tonight.
actually,
you might as well walk out.
Hang out with us about 30 more seconds.
Oh shoot! Really?
And we made it. You see how fast time flies?
Oh wow!
Look at that. See, and you brought some really good information.
You did. See, thank you so much. That was.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to try to put something like narrow down my chart, and I'll email it to you as soon as I can get it like reasonable. I'm going to try to do it in the next couple of days so you can look at it and maybe it'll help you. Definitely. So you don't have to go try to look at all the things I've already looked at. There's no sense in you spending all that time when I already have it together. I just need to neaten it up and I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Siege.
You're welcome. Maybe that'll help you.
W.H. Smith J-frame.
So guys, we made our 2 hours. So listen, what's been happening, and I didn't put this out there, this just started happening organically. People are now emailing me or DMing me on Instagram, giving me different topics, or they text me. They tell me, hey man, this would be a great topic for the live. And to be honest, the last 3 lives, these topics have been going over well. So if you guys got more ideas of different stuff that we should talk about or that we could all learn from one another, shoot it to me, man. I'll definitely entertain it. And whichever ones I find to be the most interesting, that's what we'll do.
Are we doing gun picks on Tuesday?
We ain't did it in a while, have we?
No.
Yeah, let's do some gun reviews Tuesday, y'all.
All right.
We do live gun reviews this Tuesday.
That'll work.
Because we didn't want to do it every week. So we'll be back with it this Tuesday. So I will see y'all Tuesday on that note. All right. Hey, my family, let me give you a secret. Carbon Q's probably closer than we think. I'm sure she's listening somewhere. So if you said what's up to her, I'm sure she saw it. All right. So look, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Siege, thank you again.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys.
Tonight.
Thank you.
You've been good. She's been on my live twice. She knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
She may be beating Carbon Q on the flirting because these guys are just getting out of hand. Black Poindexter is getting upset. Never seen them this mad before, but it's a cute thing, guys.
Wait, did I miss somebody flirting with me in the chat? I wasn't reading the thing.
For guys, but I'm glad you missed it because we don't need any beef between these gentlemen.
They's out there pitching woo. They stepping on point pose.
And you let me miss it? Come on.
I let you miss it on purpose. Yes, I back up Black Poindexter. He's my mentor. So I can't have it. If y'all want to shoot your shot at Siege, you gotta do it outside.
You're so funny.
All right. Hey, listen, man. Thank y'all again. Thank you, Hookah.
Yes,
I will see you all on Tuesday, man. Peace, everybody.
All right, guys. Good night.
See ya, y'all.